Alright, welcome back everyone. I decided to just make a quick video kind of outlining the latest changes to my barn setup. I have decided to differentiate my operations in that the barn will be completely mixing. I was making meth and doing mixing here, 8-step mixing process as well as meth, but I decided I have too much meth. Like, I am completely overloaded. These are my input racks that are going into the mixers, completely backed up there. All these walls are all high quality meth that needs to be mixed. All of this. So I was a little backed up with all the meth production I had. I had 4 stations here. I was making 4 different stations of meth at this barn, 4 chemistry, 4 ovens, and then I had 4 chemistry stations and 4 ovens going at the bungalow as well. And I decided it was just too much. I'm completely backlogged. Oh yeah, here's even more. This is all just waiting to be mixed. So, a lot of meth, decided to scale back. This is completely for mixing, 8-step. So I'm going to kind of describe my setup here real quick, how I have it going. I've got, basically, it's set up for a lot of capacity. I've got, again, an 8-step mixing process. You can see these shelves are empty because everything is just moved almost as soon as it comes in to the little Q racks I have. So I have total 3 racks for each of my supplies. With the first rack, of course, being your motor oil. Once it comes in, I'll fill it to here. A handler will move it over to this rack, and then he'll further move it over to this rack, and then onto the mixing station. So I have a capacity for 3 racks, and with each rack having a total of 80 plus times 2, so 160. So 3 times 160, whatever that is, I have the capacity for once I get it completely filled. As is, I just started this and I have not completely backfilled it, but each of these will be filled by the handlers to their respective station, and then will be filled to the mixing station. And as you can see, they are just churning it right down the line. Everything's going right down, very efficient process. I have it going straight from the last mixing station to the brick press, getting pressed, and then put to 2 different output buffers. It's put here first, and then a handler will move it over. So just in case this fills up, production doesn't stop. It keeps going. That's the key point for me, is that production never stops. Or it's delayed when it stops, and that I have a higher capacity for both input and output. Because for me right now, with all of this backlog I have of meth and coca, it is just a complete bottleneck at the mixing process. So I halted all operations. I only have 2 chemists out here, and I believe 7 handlers. I was thinking I'd need 8 handlers. I think you have a total capacity for 10 employees out here at the barn, but I was able to make it work with 7 handlers and keep all the reagents flowing and everything mixing. Let me see when my order comes in. All right, so let's demonstrate how this works. So again, with my triple rack capacity for each supply, I'm going to fill it to here, and then my handlers will take it over to the other 2 racks. So yes, it can get completely filled, but with how the delivery system works with a 6-minute delivery timer, and with how often they get mixed, so it's kind of a race between the 1-minute mix down the line versus all the reagents getting used in that 6 minutes that it takes to deliver it. So I never truly get it filled, but I want to keep as high as capacity as possible, just so I can keep throughput high. So there we go. You're seeing it. They're actually grabbing it right off the racks, and they're taking it over to the main fill station. So I have, again, 3 rack capacity for each of my supplies. So I'm going to keep filling this, just going down the line. And again, my game is efficiency and throughput. Just keep stuff flowing, keep output high. That's the name of the game. If you stop, it's not the worst thing in the world. Your dealers are still out there pushing and pedaling. But I just want to keep a high throughput. Right now I'm at a $1.2 million net worth, slightly up from yesterday, so I want to keep that going. And here in just a minute, I will show you my other operations as well. So let's see if they actually grab this. So there you go, he's grabbing the motor oil. He's going to move it to station 1. There we go, and they're just going to keep backfilling. And he's already filled it to the machine. So there we go, looking good. Working it right down the line. He's going to start the mixer. He's going to move to the next station. Grab the output. There we go. All right, looking good. All right, let's go check out my other station. I've got 2 different facilities set up besides this. I've got the cocaine plant, At the docks, that's cranking out, I'd say probably about 140 to 160 of the stacks, 20 stacks of coca. So that's been pretty busy. What I do is I just run over there, grab it, fill up my inventory, run it back, throw it on the queue shelf, and it keeps going down the line. And if I ever get backed up, I just throw it on the side shelf and just keep going. Because again, my major bottleneck right now is that mixing. But I find the mixing process is very important to maintaining those high margins. So again, each of these is running. It cranks over to the ovens. Each of the oven is set to output to this rack. I will then have a handler move it over to the other rack. So both of these racks are capable of capacity for storage of coca, just in case I'm not able to make it. I can store a total of 160 for each rack, so 320 total. So again, just constant throughput, never stopping in case I can't make it. So I'm going to run this back real quick. I'm going to drop it in the Q rack for mixing, and then I'm going to run to my bungalow real quick and check out the meth production over there. I have at the bungalow, I have, I believe, 3 Q shelves because I don't visit that much over there. I go maybe once every 2 days. So once I go over there, it's pretty filled up. I like to keep it busy over there. I like to keep a constant input, and I have plenty of storage over here. So we're going to add this to the Q rack. There we go. And a handler's going to just push this right down the line, and then he's going to feed it to the first mixing station right over here. So let's go to the bungalow. We're going to check that out, try to avoid the cops on the way. I know where they hide out. And I also, at some point, now that it's late at night, I need to go and visit my dealers, because I think 2 of my dealers have a bunch of cash on them. I have not stopped there in probably about 4 or 5 days. Lately, my dealers have been producing and selling at least, I want to say around 55K per day. This is with high grade, 8-step mixed cocaine and meth. I am pushing more heavily in the cocaine direction. Some people argue both of them are very profitable. One just sells for more, but it takes a lot longer. So, oh, that's not outputting at all. What is going on? All right, cooking, output. Make sure my outputs are set. Yep, looks good. But it's not coming out for some reason. Oh, it's all cooking. All right, so got some bricks here I need to take over. All right, so as soon as this is done, we should start outputting to this shelf. It'll hop over to this shelf, and then handler will move it to the final shelf. I basically have this by the door, so I can just run in and grab it as soon as it's going. But as you can see, all the stations are running right now. He's about to put something over there. Let's see what he does. Actually, I'm going to grab that and do it myself. Nope, it's a 10 stack. We're going to leave it. So stuff going off like crazy, loving it. And again, I have multiple input buffer here. Ooh, I need more acid, more phosphorus. So let me move some phosphorus over. So I have my handlers that move stuff from 2 different shelves to the main shelf. He's going to fill everything from that, keep everything running. I want to make sure this is flowing right. If it's not flowing right, if there's an issue with the flow, or maybe even one of my guys is stealing, I don't want that to happen. Oh, and they're going to go to bed for the night. You know what? I'm just going to grab everything. Oh, he just literally left it for the night. Love it. Love the work ethic. All right, we're just going to grab these stacks, and we're going to run it on back. But either way, that's my operation. It's a good flow. I have meth at one, I have coca at the other, and then the last one, the barn, is simply for mixing. I find this to be the best as far as total output, and just not really pushing heavily into the bottleneck, because again, that's kind of the hold-up stage, is at the mixing. I just cannot keep up unless I were to maybe drop it to a four mix process and have the output go into a brick press, and then having that doubled with 2 different chemists. But I don't think it's going to be quite as profitable if you just simply do a 4 mix. So we're going to drop this in there. That's going to get thrown into the mix, and they're done for the night. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep. Let's see my profit for the day, or my dealer sales. Looks good, 54,000. Not bad. That's a mix of 8-step mixed meth and cocaine both. And if you want to see what I'm actually doing, I can show you my product over here. The cocaine sells for around 1,000, which would be this. This is the legendary grade cocaine. It sells for about 1,000 a piece. I did mark it up. I want to say it's at 740 base price, but I do the 1.6 modifier, so you go basically up to 9.99. The Slimy Durkle is the other one. This one sells for base around 340, 350. I mark it up to 500, and it sells like gangbusters. So this is kind of an other one. It's very similar. Let's see here. Yeah, that's all this basically the same thing. It all sells for around 1,000. So a 20 stack I think sells for, let's see, 20 times 20 is 400. At 1,000, that's 400 grand. Minus dealer cut of about 80K, so I'm making about 320 because I basically push everything through my dealers. My job is to really just fill everything, keep it stocked and maintained, so my workers will just keep pushing. But yeah, I've got a lot of money right here. I'm just gonna slowly push it to my dealers because they are completely backlogged. You can see they have over 1,000 inventory, almost each of them. Yep, about 1,000, over 1,000, about 1,600. So they're just like completely backlogged. I need to go pick up some of the cash off some of them. They've been collecting for a few days. 46,000. Yep. So either way, let me know what you think about my setup here. Leave your comments. I really enjoy the capacity is the big key term there. It's very efficient for keeping throughput high and for keeping my workers going and just not having any downtime. So let me know what you think. Thanks everybody. Have a good day.